Have you ever found yourself in the situation where you've asked someone for advice and all it has done is made you more confused about what you should be doing in that situation? Or maybe you have found yourself asking for someone's advice and then going and doing the complete opposite of what they have suggested anyway. Well, this is what we're going to be looking at in this video, and we're going to look at how we can stop that. Now, it's really important that you're aware that I have walked this path. I have been on this journey. I have overcome these challenges. I no longer ask for people's advice. I really trust my own inner wisdom, and I really want to help you do the same. My name is Gemma Lonsdale. If this is the first time that you're here, it is so good to have you here. And if you are returning, it is even better to have you back again. I am here to help you live your most authentic, empowered, and faith filled life. Now, that is faith in yourself and your own inner knowing, your own capabilities, your own intuition, but also faith in something bigger than us. So, whether you call that God, whether you label it the universe, it really doesn't matter. I am here to help you with it all. And it's really important to let you know that I have walked through fire already. I have done the work. I have got the guidance. Have Chester talking to me constantly and giving me information, insights, and help in order to help me not just on my journey, but to help me to help you. That is my purpose. That is why I'm here. Now, if you find yourself resonating with this so far, I really want to talk to you and share actually a personal story as well. I shared this story on Substack this week. So if you're not following me on Substack, you might want to go and have a follow over there so you can get my weekly newsletter. You can also subscribe to me on here as well so that you're notified whenever new content comes out. Now, whenever we are asking other people, what we are doing is we are handing our power away. Energetically, it causes leakages. That's why we start to get confused, because whenever other people come in to interfere on our pathway and with our inner knowing, it causes us to doubt ourselves. It causes delays. It causes internal conflict. It causes friction as well. So whenever we experience things like that, it can delay the abundance coming to us and the experiences coming to us that we are hoping to experience, or that we're asking for the universe or God to bring into our life, or we're maybe manifesting. So in order to achieve this sort of sovereign state, we need to really learn how to trust that inner wisdom. Okay. Now, I have quite a few stories, but there's one story in particular I wanted to share with you today. It goes back to my early 20s. I had just moved to England. I was doing some temporary admin roles, and I was actually looking to become a recruiter. I had big ideas for myself, and I knew that I could do the job better than what they were doing it themselves. That was really my inner knowing at the time. Lucky for me, I had been able to go for a few interviews for a few graduate schemes, even though I wasn't a graduate. I don't have a degree. I think it's also really important that you know that as well. I have got here through hard work. And I was actually sitting on my sofa, I can remember at the time, sitting on my couch, and I was having a conversation with my mum, and I was telling her, I don't want to do these jobs anymore. I'm really not enjoying it. I want to do recruitment. I want to become a recruiter. And she said to me that I wasn't capable of doing a job like that, and I should just stick to the admin jobs, go back to the agency and get something else that would keep me ticking over and keep money coming in through the door. Now, I know that some of you will be thinking, gosh, what a terrible thing to say to your daughter. But it was really coming from a place of love. And I think it's important that we recognize whenever people are bringing advice to us, they're often coming from a place of love and a place of wanting us to be safe. With my mum, she wasn't looking and thinking to herself, you're not capable, Gemma. What she was actually feeling in that moment was, I'm not capable. And then she was projecting that on to me. She was coming from a place of lack and from a place of fear, where she knew that she wasn't capable, or she felt she had certain limitations that had restricted what she was able to achieve in her career. And in that moment, she was pushing those on to me because she didn't want me to be disappointed. She didn't want me to bite off more than what I could chew. So whenever we start to actually understand that people that come with advice for us do come from a loving nature, it's not a reflection on how you see yourself, it's a reflection of how they see themselves more often than not. But whenever we do start to let those thoughts and opinions and advice come into our field, it can really distort our own image of ourselves. So it's very important that we remain sovereign and keep reminding ourselves of how brilliant we are, how capable we are, how we can trust that inner knowing, and how we can really settle on the choices that we make for ourselves or that we want to make for ourselves. You have an internal satellite navigation system, okay? You have this inner knowing, this gut instinct. This is everything channels through you. Everything is energy. We know that. That is not some, woo-woo concept. Everything is energy. The table that I am sat at, the chair that I am sitting on, everything is composed of energy. You have this internal satellite navigation system that it sits within your body. I always feel it within my stomach, sometimes through my whole being. Obviously, yes, I hear and I see and I get all of this other information, but first and foremost, you have your intuition that you can lean on, your inner voice. Whenever you start to trust in that, your soul's path will open up and you will always be kept on the right path, regardless of how illogical it might seem. Now, everybody's path is different, and it's really important to remember that there is no one else on this earth that is like you. You are completely unique. The divine plan that is in store for you is going to be so different to everyone else around you. So, whenever there are other people that start to interfere and give you advice and guidance, they have no idea what is in store for you on a soul level. They do not know what the divine plan is for you. They don't know where you're going. They actually don't know what you're capable of. And I would go as far to say that you also don't know yourself what you are capable of. You have an idea in mind of what you can achieve, and I want you to extend that. I want you to raise the bar on that, and I want you to remove that ceiling that is preventing you from actually reaching further, because you are able to achieve so much more than what you can even realize at this moment. Now, whenever we start to lean on ourselves for that inner wisdom, it can be quite challenging because it's quite frightening. What are we going to do if we make the wrong decision? Well, we make the wrong decision, we learn from it, and then we make a new decision. There's really nothing to be too fearful about. What about what other people will say to us? What will they think? How will they view us? Well, it really doesn't matter. You only think that it matters. Whenever you are successful, whenever you are making the decisions that you have faith are aligned with you, they're always going to lead you to something better. So, in that case, whenever success is raining in, the abundance is pouring down, why is it going to matter what other people think? You do not need to worry about being judged. You might think that you do. You do not need to worry about being judged. You need to worry about that inner voice and staying in alignment with who you are. And you need to worry about what you think of yourself. Those are the really important things that I would continue to encourage you to focus on. Focus on how you see yourself. Focus on how you feel about yourself. Focus on what you feel about the choices that you're making. Because sometimes you will be taking it on a path that you really don't see the logic in it. You don't understand why it's coming together in that way, but God will talk to you in a way that is very specific to you, and you will receive the information in a way that is going to take you on the path that is going to lead you to your highest achievement, your most fulfilled self, living a life of service and receiving the rewards for that as well. So whenever you find yourself in a situation or in a place where you're about to reach out to someone else for some advice or guidance, I really want you to just take pause for a few minutes, okay? So just even have a few deep breaths and just calm and settle your nervous system, because it's very important that we have that stillness within our energy and that we're not going to be heightened by anxiety and things like that. So just allow yourself to just feel into the energy, feel into your body, and just relax a little bit. So some deep breaths will really help you to do that. And just ask yourself, if you couldn't ask anybody about your situation at the minute or the choice that you have to make, what decision would you make? If you couldn't ask anyone, what do you think that inner voice is actually telling you today? And don't overthink it. Don't be trying to think to yourself, oh, well, I need to, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and I'll change it. Just go with it. Whatever comes up in the first instance, just stick with that, because that is probably the knowing that is the right thing for you. And just ask yourself, what is the action that you would take? Because that is what you should be doing. Now, knowing what you should be doing and having the confidence to take that, there are two different things. So sometimes they come all at once, and that is amazing when they do. Sometimes we know what we should do, but we feel like we need to pause for whatever reason, and that is fine. That will come in time. The important thing is that you lean into yourself and you really start to trust yourself. Okay. Now, I do have a workshop that is happening on May 17th that you can check out. The link is in my bio. And this is all about trusting your inner knowing. I also have my signature program, the dates for which are going to be released hopefully within this next week. It is a 12-week program, and we look at, this is just one of the things that we look at. The whole program is really helping you step into your power. So that will be coming live soon. I will post the dates for that. The first two have completely sold out this year. So I will get the new dates out for that. It is going to be over 12 weeks instead of 6 weeks. We've made some adjustments to it, which is very exciting because it's more in depth, but at a better pace where people can actually sit and absorb the information and work to integrate the information with a space in between the sessions. So we have a live session every 2 weeks, and then some on demand and homework and support in the in-between times. You can also follow me on Substack. It would be great to see you over there. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok. You can listen to the Happy Psychic podcast on Archive, which is over 100 episodes there as well. And I also have my book, Wisdom, Proverbs for Today, that you can check out as well. And that is just a variety of different proverbs and wisdom that is good to live your life by. So you can check that out on Amazon. The link again is in my bio. And I would love to hear any questions that you have. Drop me a comment in. If there's any support or guidance that you want to give to another person, or you have a question for me, drop it again in the comments, or you can send me a direct message on Instagram. And check out the other programs as well. And I look forward to seeing you a little bit more often. It has been great to be here today. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you are enjoying my content, and hit a like as well. It lets the algorithm know that it's worth watching. When other people see that, they will see that it is worth watching as well, and they will come along and share it if you feel that the wisdom is something beneficial for someone else. It is so good to have you here. I hope that you have an amazing day, and see you all again soon.